Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical, checking in with a little video. We're going to talk about government today, and we're going to talk about really some recent conversations I've had with some people in my age group and the younger age group, specifically the younger age group. So those of you younger guys who are watching this, please stay tuned. Really quickly, just wanted to say, please excuse the fact that we are a little dirty and we've had a long day down here in Latin America, just dealing with things the best we can, and we put in a lot of work today, got a little dirty and kind of just relaxing. Sun's going down, it's cooling down, it's been a hot day. Just wanted to take this moment to give you a little bit of a video update. We're way up here in the mountain, as you can probably hear the roosters and everything crowing around, and we're working on a few things, but winding down the day. And recently it's been brought to my attention that people have been saying in the United States, and some of my friends, most of you know I live in Florida, but I am currently down in Latin America working. And a lot of you know that I live in Florida, so some of my Florida friends and a lot of my American friends have been saying, why isn't the government going to help us? And then a lot of the people down here in Honduras have said, like, why isn't the United States going to save the world like they do in the movies? And lots of people are just kind of talking about the government and the government this and the government that. And I just kind of want to share my 2 cents on some common sense stuff, guys, that most of us should pretty much know. There's not really any excuse for not knowing our history. But if you want to look at what the government does to help people, you should probably look at the Native Americans and the promises we've made them, and the fact that they pretty much no longer have a chance to repopulate their most tribes are gone for good. There's some members left, but they don't have enough bloodline and or remembrance of the origins of their people to even continue anything that they once had. And we promised them a lot, and we pretty much reneged on every promise that we ever made them. And as a government, I speak of our United States, that was the government doing that, and just really that's a great display of what the government will do for people. And you say, is the government going to help us? Well, I just want to mention, guys, the government isn't worried about you. The government is worried about the government. The government's like any other corporation or organization in the world. They're worried about themselves and how they can continue. When the government says we the people or the country, it used to possibly be we the people, but when they say that, they mean how can the government of the United States be successful? How can we be safe? How can we have a good economy? They only want the economy of the people to be strong enough to support them, okay, and to keep them in power and to keep the country going. They don't care about the average person, okay? Whatever they can do to help themselves, and that's just kind of the way of the world now. So when you guys say to me, hey, hey, Bone, why isn't the government going to do this? Why isn't the government going to do that? Or, I've had my fair share of very close interactions with the government of the United States, and every one of them has ended very badly for me, and definitely just done very illegal things. We've had deals, and I've held up my end of the deal and done the work I was supposed to do and done what I was supposed to do and all that kind of stuff, and they've operated outside the Constitution every time that I've ever had an interaction with them illegally, and then I've been the one to pay the blame for it. So that's kind of a personal, for me personally, it's obvious to be able to see that. I guess maybe some people, that live in a bubble perhaps, or, haven't really experienced anything might think, hey, we might be wondering right now with this global pandemic, why isn't the government doing more? Well, I'll give you an example where I'm at in Honduras right now. The government has basically stolen about $800 million from what's basically their natural reserves, and they're not doing anything for the people other than making it illegal. What I'm doing right now is illegal. I'm not allowed to be here doing this. I'm not allowed to be on my property going around doing stuff or traveling through the mountains and jungles here like I'm doing. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because I value my morals and what's right sometimes over what's legal. And you guys saw me going around delivering food and lemongrass and clothing and stuff like that. I'm going to keep helping people because people are dying right now because the government here is not letting people work. They're patrolling with the military and police through the streets and arresting people and putting them in jail. They're telling people they can't be in the street because it's coronavirus, and then they're locking 700 people in a single jail cell, not giving them food or water. So it's like, okay, what's really going on here? And maybe it's a lot easier to see here, but in the United States, it's just the same thing. You know, the government's worried about the government. The governor's worried about keeping his job. He's worried about keeping a strong state, but he's not trying to keep a strong state by having strong people, because it takes a lot of work to do that. It takes work to build a strong community, to build a strong people, to build an educated and strong society. And nobody is really going to be willing to do that work that's in a government position, because to get to that government position, you have to do a lot of shady stuff that eliminates any kind of a good person from having that job. Somebody like myself, who's been there, done that, has a code of honor, could never be a politician. Never. Because, well, first of all, I was a felon by the time I was old enough to walk, I think. But it's just a broken system, guys. Anybody, you can't keep a clean record. You can't do anything with the government, or any kind of a government job or anything like that, unless you just get really lucky and nobody knows what you do. I don't know, but standing up for yourself and doing what's right and following a moral path and having a code of honor, living with honesty and integrity these days pretty much eliminates you from running for office in any kind of a way, or like I said, any kind of a government job. So just kind of wanted to give people maybe hopefully a wake-up call. Maybe you needed to hear this. The government's not worried about you. The government's not going to help you. They're not going to do anything for you. They're worried about them. So don't ask your government. Don't be questioning why your government isn't helping you. Ask what you can do for yourself, but not in a selfish way. Ask what you can do for your community and for your people and for your country. But don't think that any kind of a group of organized people, especially one with as much inherent corruption as any kind of a government, including the United States, if not more so in the United States, then you're barking up the wrong tree. You're not going to get anything that you're looking for, and you've got a pretty skewed outlook on life. So I really hope this video can help you guys kind of think a little bit about maybe what's going on in the world around you, and maybe plan on doing some stuff for yourself, and if the government can help you with something, I'm not saying don't take the money, I'm not saying don't take your check, but use it wisely, guys. Don't count on it, but accept it. Take everything you can take with a grain of salt and accept it, and move along. So thank you, and I just wanted to kind of mention here a few examples of the United States government has been from day one really just screwing people over. Everybody that would stand in the way of the progress of their plans, whether it be in the benefit of the people that lived in their country or not, then they're gonna plow over those people. It was the Native Americans. It was take your pick of people that they've plowed over, and people for speaking up like I do. You guys know my story. I've been in black site prisons all around the world, and they won't even admit that they had me there. They won't even admit the stuff they did to me. So here I am, and one thing you can count on is that you'll hear truth here. You'll get somebody who speaks out on justice. You'll get somebody who's not afraid to stand up despite being tortured and imprisoned and whatever else they might do to me. But I'm gonna spread the truth, share the truth, and be strong and be an example for you guys. And I hope some of you younger guys watching this make the same decision, because life is short. There's a soul in our body that goes somewhere after this, and this is a very small portion. And yes, it's tough, and we all want to have fun, and we all want to take the easy way sometimes. We all want to have it break, but it's we got to think of the bigger picture sometimes, guys, and it's not with the government helping you. So comment below if you feel like you know a way that you can make a change. If you feel like there's a better way to maybe if there's a way to petition the government for change, or what's needed to happen, because I want a better world, but I'm a firm believer in the Bible and what the Bible says, and I believe the Bible says that we're living in an evil world right now. Basically the devil has dominion until the Lord returns. So if that's what the Bible says, I believe it literally, and I guess sooner or later we'll all find out who was right. I don't know who you put your cards on, but comment below if you agree with me, or if you think you have a better understanding, or if there's a better way to do whatever you think needs to be done. Thanks for watching. Bone out.